Heyo, what's happening, USB fam? This is Chen's here reporting October 5th, and this video is going to be by the numbers regarding UFC 229 that will take place tomorrow night in Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena, UFC 229. Main event, Conor McGregor versus current champion Khabib Nurmagomedov. Close enough. This fight is going to be crazy, I'm sure, as we all could assume. And the beauty of this fight is that these are two dominant fighters who have a history of dominating their opponents in doing what they do best. Conor, big striker, big fighter on the feet. Khabib, brilliant takedown artist. Very good when it comes to takedowns. Therefore, if this fight remains on their feet, I see Conor getting the victory. If this fight goes to the takedown game, the ground and pound game, I could see Khabib dominating. So, that being said, let's go a little history-wise of, let me break down, because this is a by-the-numbers video. So I like everything I like by the numbers, guys, any sport. When it comes to statistics, percentages, odds, if you're betting on it. I love analyzing, I love critiquing, I love studying the game into which I'm interested in. I absolutely love that aspect of a sport. So, Conor's history, some big W's. Last W, so to speak, Nate Diaz, right? Went the distance, great fight, came out with the W. Absolutely brutal domination against Aldo. 16 seconds into the fight, embarrassing. Former champion Aldo didn't lose in 10 years before that. Conor also beats Mitty Mendez. Very good wrestler, so to speak. Dominated in that one. I think that was round 2. Late round 2, I think. Then let's go to Holloway. Unanimous decision. Takes the victory. Let's go to Alvarez. Second round. Knockout. These are all high-end names that I'm sure if you follow UFC, you guys know of and have most certainly heard of before. Okay? These fights that I'm mentioning, besides the Nate one, could have went either way, which I personally do think Conor did win that fight, but still a lot of people think the other way, that second fight. All the other ones that I've mentioned against these top-notch fighters have been dominant. Okay? Dominant. That's Conor's side. Khabib. Just before I get in. Conor, overall MMA professional record of 21-3. Khabib. Overall MMA record, 26-0. Straight out of Russia. Dagestan, I think is Dagestan, however you say it. His specialty and strength is in takedowns. So he has a 60% takedown strength, so to speak, 13% in submissions, and 27% in striking, right? Overall, a very good wrestler, very good takedown artist. Win over Alaquinta. Last fight, Ferguson got hurt. I'm sorry. Yes, Ferguson got hurt. Holloway stepped in. The weight cut wasn't healthy enough for Holloway. It's too severe of a weight cut. Did not go as planned. So LaQuinta steps in on very, very short notice. Khabib dominates. Before that, win over Edson Barboza. Before that, win over Michael Johnson. Round 3, submission, absolutely pulverized Michael Johnson, who I personally is one of my favorite fighters. Michael Johnson, I do like. Win over Dos Anjos, which I think is or DA, if a lot of people call him. That's a very, very important win. I think Dos Anjos is a very good fighter. That was a unanimous win. That went all 3 rounds. So these guys here, right? If you want to go this route, I believe Conor definitely may have took that in past fights and past fighters, right? These are all very skilled fighters that I just mentioned, but I feel like Conor has faced stronger opponents. Just my opinion, but this is the thing here. it's going to be, I'm hoping and anticipating for an amazing, amazing fight. And the UFC these days, like I've always thought, is a modern day variation of gladiator fighting, right? Of course, obviously, no one is getting killed, thank God. But basically, we have adapted from this whole gladiator culture that we lived in the Roman times, 200 or so beforehand BC. And now we have adapted to this UFC cage fighting. Everybody goes nuts for two people to enter into a cage and beat the shit out of each other. So if you think about it, if you break that down, that's actually pretty fucking nuts that we cheer this on. But it's very exciting. It's very thrilling. And if they love doing it, more power to them. And I respect these fighters. I give them my total respect because I can't imagine doing that. And I'm sure majority of the population on this planet can't imagine doing such a thing that they do. So those are some numbers for you guys, some previous wins and previous key decisions and key statistics on what I feel about this fight. To end it off, I'm just going to go with a little sports book because I do have a little betting, infatuation, so to speak. Even if I don't bet, I love looking at odds. I love looking at percentages. I'm a numbers guy. What can I say? So, Khabib, favorite here, -167. Conor, +140. Obviously, Conor is the underdog, according to this website that I go off of, which is DraftKings Sportsbook. One thing that I also found interesting was that there was a option to bet on if they will touch gloves or not as the bell rings. So will they touch gloves before they start squaring up? Those odds are yes, +250, which is the underdog if you're betting that. And the 400 is no, -400. I can't see it going either way right now. I might have to think about this a little more. I have been very involved into the press conferences, into the interviews, into all of these things. And obviously they're bashing each other, which is only going to promote this fight even more. Obviously it's going to ridiculous. I think it's going to surpass pay-per-view prices in general. I think it's going to surpass pay-per-view numbers is what I meant to say in general, as, a whole new category of where UFC is going to be. Obviously the gate, the attendance record is going to be broken. The pay-per-view record of viewers will be broken. So it's going to be an all-around monumental night, okay, for UFC. Let's just hope it's a monumental fight. That's the bottom line. I really hope it is. I really hope it's not, a little 10-second knockout or this or that. I would like to see this go 3 rounds, I'd say. I don't think it's going the distance, unfortunately, but I would like to see it, 2 or 3 rounds to really get an evaluation and a study of who is the better fighter when it comes to certain things. And I would like to see how these fighters react to their, so to speak, weaknesses. How is Khabib going to be on his feet against a brawler like Conor? How is Conor going to be if he gets taken down? How is his defense going to be? Is he going to be able to counter certain takedowns that Khabib has mastered in doing? Going to be an overall great fight. I'm very, very excited for this fight tomorrow night. If you guys have any questions, comments, feel free to comment in the box below. I'm all ears. I make these videos for you. I also enjoy doing them. So feel free to spark up a conversation in the comment box below. Let me know who y'all think are going to win. And anything else you guys want to go by, let me know. This is Chen's from Universal Sports Brothers channel. By the numbers, guys. Enjoy tomorrow night. May the best man win.